Hi and welcome to ScIQ. Okay, so you know when you go and have an operation or you go and see a doctor, they make you sign a form saying that the doctor is allowed to treat you. That's an informed consent form, and they're a good thing. They're boring, but they can help people understand the risks and complexity of their treatment. At ScIQ, you know we love information, but when it comes to one operation, an abortion, several states require that providers tell their patients information that goes completely against the scientific consensus and which doctors fiercely oppose, such as the debunked claim that abortion leads to an increased risk of suicide. In many states, the government are using the informed consent process to lie to women about the risks of abortion, and they force doctors to lie to women too. Now, I know anti-abortion advocates will sink pretty low, but lying about science is just bullshit. In 2006, the Guttmacher Institute investigated which states had developed materials for abortion. 22 states had done so, but a lot of that information was just plain wrong. 5 states included medically inaccurate claims that there was a link between abortion and breast cancer. There is no link between abortion and breast cancer. Evidence of this is in the description. 5 states also tell all women that the fetus has the ability to feel pain, but again, that's just not true. The best research available suggests that a fetus has the structures to feel pain at the absolute earliest at 23 weeks. But Texas materials suggest that pain perception can occur as early as 12 weeks. A total lie, which is not supported by any science whatsoever. At 12 weeks, a fetus doesn't even have a developed brain or developed nerves. There's no evidence that it can feel anything at all. 7 states, Michigan, Nebraska, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia, claim that there's a link between abortion and negative mental health, asserting that women will feel suicidal thoughts or suffer from post-traumatic stress after their abortion. Now, I want to delve into the research here because I think that this is one of the most often repeated lies about abortion, and I really want you guys to understand the truth. Okay, so way back in 1982, Dr. Everett Koop was appointed by President Ronald Reagan and asked to look into the health effects of abortion, both mental and physical. Despite being a strong conservative and being personally against abortion, after an exhaustive 15-month-long investigation, Koop dismissed any evidence of health risks of abortion. He said the physical risks of abortion were no different than those found in women who carried pregnancy to term or who had never been pregnant. This was further confirmed by the American Psychological Association, who concluded that legal abortion of an unwanted pregnancy does not pose a psychological hazard. But just to be super duper sure, in 2008, the American Psychological Association investigated the issue again and found the best scientific evidence published indicates that among adult women who have an unplanned pregnancy, the relative risk of mental health problems is no greater if they have a single elective first trimester abortion than if they just deliver that pregnancy. Scientific reviews from outside the US have similar findings. In the UK in 2011, the Academy of Medical Royal Colleges concluded that rates of mental health problems for women with an unwanted pregnancy were the same whether they'd had an abortion or gave birth. Despite the overwhelming consensus in the legitimate scientific community, anti-abortion activists continue to get considerable traction in the state legislature and even in the courts. Whenever there's hundreds of studies into a subject, you're going to find 1 or 2 anomalies, studies where the results are ambiguous. Anti-abortion advocates aren't looking at the overwhelming evidence. They're pulling out these 1 or 2 small ambiguities in the research and exploiting them. The problem with politicized science is that there is unlikely to be a single definitive study that will somehow determine this issue once and for all, because there's huge diversity among communities, among women, and among the circumstances of their pregnancy. If you splice and dice the data enough ways, looking for tiny pockets of data or individual cases, you're always going to be able to find times where a woman had an abortion and got depressed or suffered complications. But let me be 100% super clear. The overwhelming evidence suggests abortion is just as safe for women as birth. To suggest otherwise is just a lie. Women deserve to have clear and accurate information, and anti-abortion advocates ought to be ashamed.
Hi everyone, I'm Jade Lovell, resident science nerd on the Young Turks Network. You're watching ScIQ, and we know you don't want to miss an episode, so please click the subscribe button down below.